Okay, so with our sword and shield now equipped, there's one more thing I need to take care of, and that is to go over here and equip our first item, the Deku Stick, which I'll be using the second joystick's left direction, which in this case serves as C left. So with that now established, because we're going to need it, let's take our sword and shield and Deku Sticks and go inside. So this is the first dungeon of the Ocarina of Time, the Deku Tree. So, it's a pretty straightforward place to fight the bad guys and hopefully claim victory. Whoa! And so far, we're not off to a good start. I already lost one full heart, but we did get some Deku Nuts. Select it on the item subscreen and you can set it to C left, down, or right. Set it to C and try throwing it. It'll flash and stun the enemy. Okay, so... Oops. Navi. Yeah, nice trickery there, Navi. Oh! Yeah, we're not off to a good start here. I don't want to die already. And we just got in here. That'd be embarrassing if I got game over before I even actually made some legitimate progress. Yeah, thank you for the restitution. Look at this wall! The vines growing on it give it a rough surface. Maybe you can climb it, Link? Well, before I do, I want to destroy all these other bushes because I know that there's going to be some goods in here. Including rupees, because I'm going to need them. There we go, that's more like it. That's what I want to have happen. Okay, I want to go to the left first. I'm going to climb up here. And make our way around. Okay. Cut down some of that stuff. Okay. So now we got our first targets, but before we... yeah, we can deal with those guys, but before we do, we need to open the treasure chest, because there's important stuff in here. Including... the dungeon map. Press start to get into the subscreens and look at the map subscreen. Blue chambers are places you have already visited. Your current location is the flashing room. Move up and down to select the floor to view. So we got our map. Of course, if you ever have played a Legend of Zelda game, you also know that there's a compass and a special item. You can open a door by standing in front of it and pressing A. Pay attention to... Sorry, my voice is in a bit of trouble here. Pay attention to what the action icon says. That's the blue icon at the top of the screen. Yeah, as if we didn't already know. Alright, let's go in. Oh, and here we have a forced duel against this thing. You got it to defend against its attack and make it hit. You gotta hit him, and then you got to get close enough that he'll beg for mercy. Forgive me, Master. If I give you a clue, will you let me go? When you jump off a high cliff, if you hold the control stick forward, you will land and roll on the ground when you land, and you won't get hurt from the fall. I can't guarantee it'll work, though. If the cliff is really, really high, well, try it if you are feeling bold. So, with that taken care of, this forced battle is dispensed of, and we can now move on to the next room. Okay, so... not much to this one. What we want to do is just come over here and open up this treasure chest. And located in here, bum 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 bum, brum, the fairy slingshot. On the item select subscreen, you can set it to C left, down, or right. Take it out and hold it. As you hold C, you can aim with the control pad. Release C to unleash a Deku Seed. If you want to shoot right away, when you first press C, hold down C a little longer to get a seed ready. So now that we have that, we can equip it, and we already start with 30 Deku Seeds at our disposal. This will definitely be useful because of the particular insects that I showed off just a moment ago that have all the that are onto the walls. You obviously can't hit them with your sword, of course. So anyway, these are the Deku Seeds, small hard seeds that you can use as bullets for your slingshot. And now that we've got that established, okay, now let's make our way out of here. Now, as you may have noticed, we can't go back the way we came under normal circumstances, we have to come over here first. Load up our slingshot, aim carefully, and we got to not do that. Want to use it and knock down the ladder. Now we can advance. So we can now leave this room. So let's climb on up. Open the door and pop back out. And since we already defeated the enemy in here, it won't come back. That won't always be the case though. Alright, so now we can advance over here. Now here's an opportunity for us to use the Z targeting, and we can use it to knock this ugly skeleton spider off of his perch, and use it again for the same purpose. Alright, and they left us a couple of rupees along the way. I need to drop down because I can hear that there are more. Alright, so here's a situation where we need to line up the shots here with a slingshot and see if we can score. Bullseye! Awesome, now we can move on. Yeah, because if you try and climb up while the while those spiders are still active, they'll actually pursue you and knock you off. And you don't want that to happen. So just make sure that you play it safe rather than sorry, because you don't want to get caught out. Okay, so now we can move on, and one of the first things we want to do is force this big ugly skeleton spider to turn his back, and we can score against them, because as I demonstrated, if you try and hit him from the front, you can't damage him and he'll just swing around like a pendulum. So now he's out of the way. And we can now... I want to check one more thing. Well, that's not it. So, yeah, let's just beat him up too. I mean, we might as well, he's right here. Down he goes. There should also be more stuff here. I mean, I know that there is... Or at least I try to remember, but apparently I don't. Okay, so... Yeah, the thing I was looking for is not where I thought it was. A waste of time, but hey, I'd rather cover all my bases before I continue on. So, what we want to do here is press that, and that raises those pedestals. We now want to use them to get over to the other side. We're going to ignore you for the time being, you little plants, and we're going to open the contents of this treasure chest, of which we find... Bum 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 brum, the compass. Now you can see the locations of many hidden things in the dungeon. Alright, so now that we've established that, go down! And I'll take your Deku sticks, thank you very much. And a rupee to boot. Now for you. Okay, so now that we got that, we can come back over here. Come on, go down, yep, awesome. Alright, so we got our Deku Seeds. As you can see, we're maxed out. Now we want to use this Deku Stick and light this torch. That also allows us to leave. So now I want to take a left here, because there's a treasure chest we found. So now we want to come over here, and you want to be really quick about this, because that spider is in the way. And there's also this. This is a gold Skulltula. The more of them you collect, the more likelihood you'll get an opportunity to get a reward. But the thing is, you only need 10 to get a really good one. You only need to eliminate 10 of the gold Skulltulas to get the most important item. There's nothing that's really significant beyond 10. At least to my knowledge, there isn't anything significant beyond 10. Okay, so now we can leave. And we now want to, once again, eliminate our big ugly spider skeletons. Get them spinning around. Yeah, that's right. Turn your back to me! Turn your back and be a cocky little bugger. Alright, so now this is where we have to free fall, and we have to free fall through this webbing! And if you hit it flush, you go straight through. Momentum at work, ladies and gentlemen. It's awesome. That's what Bill Nye the Science Guy taught me. Yeah, sadly he was eliminated the other night on Dancing with the Stars. Who out there misses Bill Nye the Science Guy? Another awesome face from 1998. In fact, he was pretty much really amazing throughout the entire decade of the 90s. Alright, so let's get the slingshot because we see another one of these gold sculptulas. 2 shots with the fairy slingshot will make it go away. We get its token, and we can now pop back up. Okay, now then. Once you hit that switch, and that causes some fire to emerge. Let's open the chest here. And we got a recovery heart, just in case you need them. Alright, so I do not... Okay, yeah, I can use it. Okay, like the stick, thank you. Yeah, you can stay into the shallow area and the stick won't go out, but if you go into deep water, the stick will be diffused. The fire will be doused. So, okay, we got another situation here. We're fighting off a Deku shrub, and we want to get close enough to it, where we force it to beg for mercy. Please forgive me, Master. I'll never do it again. If you spare me, I'll teach you something cool. You will never beat my brothers up ahead unless you punish them in the proper order. The order is 2, 3, 1. 23 is number 1! Well, it is if you have the Blue Jays jersey that I have. Do you think I'm a traitor? Yeah, I've got a number 23 on my Toronto Blue Jays jersey. And I'm very proud of it. I like my 23 on my Blue Jays jersey. Alright, so... now that we have taken care of the shrub, we have to use the fairy slingshot again to force this eye to close. That opens the gate and releases that gate, so we can now move on. Okay, so now we have a bit of a tricky puzzle here. After you get into the water, if you hold down A, you can dive. I'll bet there's some interesting things underwater. Well, there are, including something that we absolutely need to use. But I want to eliminate the problem first. Okay, it doesn't look like I can. So, yeah, you have to come over here and dive and try and hit that switch. Of course, you're trying to avoid hitting your head on the beam. Okay, yeah. Best way you can really see where you are in relation to anything is if you can see your shadow in the water. That helps. If you don't see it, then you're not going to know where exactly to dive. Okay, so we have to wait for the platform to come back. And then when it does, since the water level is lowered enough, we can take advantage of that, because if it was at its normal level, we would have ran right into that spiked beam and we would have taken damage. And we didn't want that. So let's hit our big ugly spider skeleton here. Not like that. We want him to get him to turn his back. Boom! He's gone. Any goodies? More seeds. Okay. Stand next to this block and grab it with hold of it with A. While holding A, you can push or pull it. If you stand next to the block and press A while pressing the control pad toward the block, you can climb on top of it. Pay attention to what the action icon says. Okay, so now we have that established. We can grab this block, and in this case we're going to pull it towards us because we want to gain access to this location up here. As you notice, the action icon changed from grab to climb, so we were able to climb. That only works with blocks. It doesn't work with anything else. Oh, I thought I was going to get him. I thought I was going to get him in the face, but apparently it didn't work out like that. Okay. I'm going to use a Deku... Come on, Deku Seed! Wow, really? That's shocking. I thought I could have beaten him with that. I thought I could have stunned him with that, but apparently not so. Yeah, we're learning new stuff every day. 12 years of not playing this game has not done a world of good to my memory. And, okay, yeah, I saw another one of you plants. Yeah, take that. Yeah, it's been 12 years since I played this game, as I've mentioned before. Yeah, I stopped playing this game as soon as I my brother and I got our PS2 because we swapped our Nintendo 64 for our PS2. Oh, quit turning towards me. Turn your back to me, please. So, yeah, this is a game that hasn't been played by me in a long time. And even then, this wasn't the game that I played the most when I had my Nintendo 64. The game I played the most when I was growing up with my Nintendo 64 was actually Star Fox 64. We actually, I pretty much played that game almost every night after school. And so, I got really good at it. The best score I ever got playing that was over 1,800 kills. I think if I remember correctly, the exact number was 1,832. Yeah, there you are, Goma. Go down. Now for your friend. There we go. Alright, so now... there was a secret passage over there, but we can't go over there yet. It's not accessible to us at this point. What we want to do is take our Deku stick and run with it. Light it on fire and run it all the way down here to where this webbing is. Now there's a lot of webbing that has to be burned off because it can't be destroyed with your sword. So where this little crawl space is going to take us is over this direction. And so now we're at an elevated level. I want to push this block over here because this is going to be essential for success, and I see another gold sculptula off in the distance. So we're going to take care of it before we continue on. So let's pull out the fairy slingshot again and aim to beat off our sculptula. Alright. One and... Hey, I wasn't done yet, Link. I was not done. Pull, and gone. Alright. Jump into the web, climb on up, and get gold sculpture token number 3. I guess I can't quite make that transition. Oh well. At least we got what we were looking for. Okay, so now... Oops, wrong. Okay, we want to jump over here. Like, what are you doing? Ah! Damn, I got disoriented. Yeah, disorientation not helpful in this game at all. There we go, now we got a straight line. Okay, now that we've taken care of that, down we go further. Alright, so now we made it to the last room before the boss. So now we're gonna have to go back on defense. And if you remember what that one Deku shrub told us, we come over here, then we come over here, and then come and finish this off. Come on. I dare ya. Boom! I got you, I got you. You've been breached. You've been breached. Hey! I breached you, get over here. Where did he go? Wow, really? I didn't think that was possible. I didn't think you could actually crawl back into your space, but yeah, get over here so I can make an example out of you. Oh, come on, really? Wow. You are stubborn. Come on. There. How did you know our secret? How irritating. It's so annoying that I'm gonna reveal the secret of Queen Goma to you. In order to administer the coup de grace to Queen Goma, strike with your sword while she's stunned. Oh, Queenie. Sorry about that. So, with that established, the remaining Deku shrubs are gone. Let's see if we can top up our supply on anything before we go in. Alright, more pellets for the slingshots, Deku seeds. And that looks like it's going to be as good as it can be. So, in we go to the boss. We're going to take care of that after a quick timeout, so don't go away.